What is the 10-3-2-1 sleep rule? Now, it's a protocol or a method or a schedule that you follow, a nighttime schedule, which optimizes your sleep. Now, as you know, sleep is important, and after doing more research and watching more podcasts and listening to Andrew Huberman on this stuff, sleep is actually very important to our health. If you can get good sleep, if you can drink a lot of water, you can eat clean, you're going to be a healthy person. And this is something that's very easy to do because unlike drinking more water or unlike exercising or unlike even eating clean, we already sleep. And there's certain things we can do though to optimize when we're in sleep. So if you go to sleep for 6 hours versus going to sleep with 6 hours with doing this 10-3-2-1 sleep method before you go to sleep, it's going to optimize your sleep and make you a healthier person. So it doesn't take any extra time and really not much effort. It's just something you need to do and keep in mind before you go to bed. So what is the 10-3-2-1 sleep method? It's a series of times before you go to bed. So 10 hours before you go to bed, 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour. And at these certain times, you start to eliminate doing certain things to optimize your sleep and your quality of sleep. Because a lot of times people will go to sleep and they say they got 8 hours. Yeah, you were 8 hours in bed, but that doesn't mean you were in sleep or in deep sleep for that long. You could have a restless night while being in bed for 8 hours, right? So this is what you do with the 10-3-2-1 sleep method. 10 hours before bed. I know it's early. Like that's a long time before you go to bed. But 10 hours before bed, you want to eliminate caffeine. And for a lot of people, I know a lot of people like going to the gym later and like to have pre-workout before. But if you're not that and your schedule can revolve around that, I would recommend 10 hours before bed, no more caffeine. So obviously you can have your coffee in the morning and stuff like that, but you want to limit the sodas, the pre-workout. You want to get that done before 10 hours. So if you're going to bed at 10 p.m., that means you need to stop caffeine at 12. That means you could probably only have coffee, maybe a soda for lunch before 12, right? If you're gonna go again, if you're gonna go work out later, try not going with a pre-workout. You don't have to have pre-workout, or just find a different time to work out. If you're trying to prioritize your sleep, 10 hours before bed, no more caffeine. Okay, that's self-explanatory, and obviously the 10 hours is the sweet spot. It's really gonna help. 3 hours before bed. So this is a little more recent, right? So if you're going to bed at 10 p.m., this means 7 p.m. You want to not eat anymore. Now, this is something I struggle with. I work late shifts because of my job, so I can't really do this all the time. But when I'm off and when I do work early, I try to prioritize eating 3 hours. You want to prioritize eating 3 hours before you go to bed. It's not good to go to bed on an empty stomach, but it's also not good to go to bed right after you're eating a snack. So you want to, 3 hours before bed, limit the food. At the very least, don't eat like a big meal, obviously, within the 3 hours before you go to bed. Number two, or step three, but 2 hours before you go to bed, you want to do no more work. So you don't want to be working, unless you're on your grind, then go ahead and do your thing. But you don't want to be working right before you go to sleep. I know Andrew Tate says he's literally on his phone working until he just falls asleep. Again, if you're on your grind and that is your sole purpose, making money, go for it. But again, if you're trying to prioritize your sleep, 2 hours before, you don't want to do any more work. So this is your leisure time. Just relax. You're not eating. Maybe play a game with your family. Maybe get on a phone call with your friends. Read a book. Just relax. No more work. No more stress. Relax. It's going to get your body ready to go to sleep. And last step, 1 hour before bed, you want to eliminate blue light and dim most artificial lights. So if you want to start dimming your house lights and making it darker, I'd recommend doing that an hour before. It's gonna again get your body ready for sleep. Just like when your body sees sunlight or sunlight comes into your room, your body naturally starts waking you up. When your body sees that it's dark and there's no more light, it's starting to get ready for bed. So dim the lights in your house if you could, and especially 1 hour before, eliminate all blue light. So that is electronics, your phone, TV, computer, iPad, whatever you have. You want to eliminate this completely an hour before. You could get away with 30 minutes before, but I would highly recommend an hour before. That is optimal for your sleep. Blue light has a very special effect on us and it keeps us really awake and alert. So you definitely want to eliminate this before you go to bed. Again, an hour is the sweet spot. 30 minutes will do. If you have a job where you're like working all the time or you're on your grind and you want to compromise 30 minutes before, sounds pretty good. So that is the 10-3-2-1 sleep method. I hope that helped. If you're trying to optimize your sleep, maybe give it a try. Let me know how you do. Let me know how it affects your sleep, and I will see you all in the next video.